I will never endorse or recommend the resources to use, because pirating is a crime, and nobody wins, especially the producers. Hypothetically speaking, there's this pirate ship website that most people in the world typically know how to use. Or there's this site that goes by nya, like cats do, that you can utilize. I'm trying to give you hints without telling you, so please forgive me. But I'm a believer, admittedly. If you're looking for Spider-Man, come on in. I have to be creative. But so hypothetically speaking, if you wanted to find it, there really is ways to find it. I would just recommend, if you utilize any of those ways, have a VPN. No, you can't, unfortunately, because it's not that easy anymore.
I mean, like, wasn't there a DVD released in like 2009, but like that was it, and it hasn't really been in print since?
For the Spider-Man special?
Yeah.
I actually don't know. You could probably find, so if you wanted to find it legally, usually I recommend going to some of the companies out in Japan like Mandarake, Ami, because even though they sell a lot of figures and stuff, see, people are already leaving me. Oh, you're moving. Okay, that's fair.
Alright, yeah, so the TV is up right here, so those of you on that side, because most of it's all subtitled, you'll probably want to move if you feel like.
Sorry, please come in. This is panel room C. I feel like I'm going to say that a lot today.
We're gonna move over here.
Why do I have to move? You know how to press a button.
You need to control the PowerPoint.
So I pick on him really because we have been together for nearly 25 years. So if I didn't pick on him, I'd probably go crazy. So let me know if you find it annoying. It's my love language. I think anybody who's been in a long-term committed relationship understands.
Go ahead, man.
That's what he did about 10 years ago.
For a moment. Yeah.
It's on. But why do I have to press the button? You're right there.
Fine. You can see annoying as always.
That's because I love you.
Oh.
No, that's fine. I'll do it. This is improvisation to fix everything that has happened recently. Because they took forever. But thank you.
Well, he is a teacher, so everything is forever. Do you want the mic? Because that camera probably has. Yes, please.
If you're a teacher, will there be a test after this?
Actually, we
Take
do
notes.
have gifts, so yes, there
Yes,
will.
I have, even though it's a Power Rangers convention, I do have some Ultraman DVDs and Blu-rays to give away.
Ooh.
So yes, there will
Can we
be.
give these away too?
Well, I'll feel my Lucas for Kakta. All
Everything
right,
he knows in German.
so welcome all to Super Sentai and Spider-Man?
Spooderman.
Yeah, Turn it up.
Anybody can clap if they want.
Yes, you know, one thing that you'll learn, we're originally from New York, that we moved to Colorado. We're loud, obnoxious, and like to make our panels loud and obnoxious. So feel free to laugh at all. Everyone in Colorado has a good time. Then when we do these panels in Minnesota, everyone's like, oh, that was funny, that was really funny. And they all will just want to be quiet because they don't want to be disrespectful. It's like, come on, the point of this is to have fun.
Yeah, and we don't like to talk at people, so if you have any questions, or if you have any thoughts, or if you want to prove him wrong, please interrupt.
Hey, I'm only human. And the only perfection is imperfection.
Right.
So, before we get into the Marvel era of Super Sentai and Spider-Man, first we have to go back to the beginnings with Himitsu Sentai Go Ranger. I can't. Go Ranger was first created by Shotaro Shinomori, and it was a team-based show. He created Kamen Rider 4 years prior, and that was initially just one rider, but due to an injury, they ended up having 2 riders. So his philosophy, though, when he created Kamen Rider and when he created superheroes, he did not like capes. He thought superheroes looked terrible with capes. But when he did Himitsu Sentai Gold Ranger, since he had already done heroes with scarves, he had capes, which I believe is where the whole concept in Incredibles, have you ever seen it, where the lady's like, no capes! It is also the longest running Sentai show, running for 84 episodes, and the first series to have a main hero die, because the second Yellow Ranger in the show, the first one leaves, then when a new one comes in, he dies, so this first one comes back. The head writer was Shozu Ihara, who wrote Super Sentai for several years, up through the Marvel years that I'll cover, and then he went on to do Metal Heroes. And then the bad guys of this are the Black Cross Army, who has a leader that can be very questionable in his design. And note, it is Go Ranger with an E, not an A as it's often mistaken for. So that was just a little taste of Gold Ranger. After that, Gold Ranger was a big success. They're like, let's do it again. So
What year was that? Sorry.
Huh?
What year was that?
Gold Ranger was 1975 to 1977. So next year is Super Sentai's 50th anniversary. So J.A.K.Q decided to start out with 4 members instead of 5 that were also a playing card theme, brought to you by Nintendo playing cards at the time. It is also the first series that had an extra member, but when they brought in that extra member, they really changed the tone of the show because it was super dark and serious. The villains are called crimes, so it was all about criminals doing criminal things and being very murderous. And then they said, oh, kids aren't watching the show, so we need to tone it down a bit, to the point where it ended up getting canceled at 35 episodes. But it was also the first series that really started the Henshin transformation sequence.
And it became the shortest Sentai.
Yep.
ようこそジャッカー室君はスケールエース
Nintendo.
君はダイヤジャックダイヤジャック彼ハートクイーン
ハートクイーン
そしてクローバーキングクローバーキング Nah, that's not right. ジャッカーは強化カプセルの中で各々の強化エネルギーを浴びて無敵のジャッカーになるのだ。It's stop!
What's up? That was the first one, then they would slowly speed it up as they went along. So it wasn't that long all the time, but whenever people say, well, Henshin transformation scenes these days, especially in Ultraman, are way too long, like, go to J.A.K.Q and see what theirs was like. So, J.A.K.Q caused the cancellation of Sentai. Marvel comes in, and Toei's like, your superheroes are very popular, we want in on that. So they first made a 3-year agreement with between Marvel and Toei that they would adapt 4 Marvel superheroes into tokusatsu series. Spider-Man, Captain America, Moon Knight, and a really low-key character who only lasts a few years called 3D Man. But this was not Marvel's first foray into live action. Back in the 60s, they tried their hand at a live-action Spider-Man series, which looked like this.
Hey, look! It says Spider-Man! It's really him! Miss,
compared to what Japan was doing, they didn't exactly have the special effects budget, which is interesting because nowadays you say Japan is low budget compared to American productions. But it was their explosive effects that got Marvel wanting to do live action TV shows with Toei. So they initially decided, well, Spider-Man is Marvel's most popular guy, let's do that one first. Now with Spider-Man though, it does not follow the comic books at all. The powers that not Peter Parker, his name is Takuya Yamashiro, gets is from planet Spider. So he's an alien being comes on Earth, gives him the powers, and then he goes to fight evil villains, the Iron Cross Army. His dad, of course, like Uncle Ben, dies, so he's a doomed space archaeologist because he studies everything dealing with space. Spider-Man transforms using a henshin device. It is also the first series in live action to use a transforming mech. Stan Lee did not like the idea of Spider-Man having a mech, but he highly loved all the effects work that Toei went into the show, that he's like, you know what, that's like a minor problem compared to what, so I love everything else about it, I'm cool with it. But halfway through filming, somebody stole the mech suit. So they had to start using stock footage of the previous battles over for the remainder of the show.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but they do that in a lot of Sentai series even to this day now.
Yeah.
鉄球児団のリーダーモンスター教授はそれをやるつもりだな。
Hey.
父さん父さん父さん父さん俺を一人にしないでくれ父さん
Those are my subtitles if you can't tell.
私はガリだスパイダー星人だ俺はリンベだ役の父さんはしっかりしろスパイダーですYes, you are. But that really is Metallica.
Nice ass.
It's my stick. You start spinning the web and I'll sue.
Sorry, no. My fans expect a certain amount of equipage in every battle.
What the hell? What the hell?
Didn't you know Spider-Man had a fun record?
Well, everyone knows that.
Absolutely, that was important. This is so canon with comics.
Spider-Man's favorite weapon, sword.
Wow. I feel like this is an episode of Power Rangers.
So how many people remember reading a Spider-Man comic that was reminiscent to all of that? Okay, how many people were sober remember reading a comic that was reminiscent to that? Okay, wow, a lot more people than I thought. I think you're all lying.
I was gonna say, but Leopardon is in the Spider-Man Spider-Verse
Which
comic.
makes-
Spider-Boy as well. He showed up, right?
Yep.
Yes, that's very true. Well, I do want to say I like the Hello Nurse comment because anything that looks tasty is generally tasty. But one thing to know, if you didn't know, and this is probably good for any parents in the room, in a lot of the older Super Sentai series, many of the female villains, the reason why they're not in costume of any sort is because they come from a certain industry that helped make VHS and Blu-ray the things they are today.
And the internet.
Well, yes, if it wasn't for that, the internet wouldn't be what it is today. That's why we don't have the
It's
laws.
really, really great.
So, Spider-Man was a
Oh,
key.
hold on 1 second. For anybody who is further in the back, if you cannot see easily, just come up to the front and I can give you a card because we are recording this and we'll be posting it for free on Patreon for anyone who cannot see it or wants to watch it again.
So, Spider-Man was a huge success for Toei, and they decided, okay, we're going to do this Captain America show. But wait a minute. Captain America doesn't work very well for Japan now, does he?
No.
Then they decide, okay, how about we do a team-based hero of Captain Japan with different captains from across the world. And my vision of what this would have been looks kind of like this.
Stand down, captains. Wolverine's our new Captain Canada.
I am Captain Britain. This is Captain Australia.
G'day, Wolf Guy.
Captain Brazil.
So good to meet you.
Oh my god.
And Captain Liechtenstein.
Chinese for economically prosperous.
And that scares the bad guys.
You already know Captain America.
That's for me what I feel like the series would be like if it was an all-captain show. Instead, they decided to create the first actual series to use the name Super Sentai in their title, which was Battle Fever J. This was This had all the characters were based from a different country. We had Captain Japan, we had Miss America, Battle Kenya, which was who was played by Kenji Oba in his first starring role. He would go on to be in the next series Denjimon. He would also become Gavin in Metal Heroes and even show up in American films like Kill Bill.
Ooh.
And then we had rotating teammates because one of the characters dies in the series, so he's replaced. Miss America, the lady they got for her, she didn't know a lot of Japanese, so she was relegated to becoming a side character. So much so that there's one episode where there's something going on in an all-girls school, and instead of having her investigate the all-girls school, they have two of the male characters dressed up as girls to infiltrate it.
Isn't that irony that the character Miss America doesn't know Japanese in a Japanese kids show?
So then she got replaced a little while later with a different one who was fully fluent in Japanese. This was the first Sentai show to have a giant mech, even though it wasn't transforming. Battle Fever Robo. The villains are called Secret Society Egos. I always say, oh, Lego my Egos.
He's very mature.
The main villain of the series gives us what I consider to be the lamest final battle ever in Sentai thus far.
Oh, is this the one where he sits?
Yes.
Yes, the final battle is just so.
The racist vibe.
Literal cockpit.
What are you talking about? That was so good.
Knew that. But honestly, nobody knew that this particular German kid from like what, 20 years ago would still be relevant today.
I have a good question.
Yes.
Do you know why she wasn't called Hello America? Because she's the girl?
Yes. Yeah.
It's because in the 40s there was a Marvel character who looked just like that called Miss
Well,
America.
yeah, technically.
Yeah. Alright. Battle Fever J did really well. That Toei's like, hey, we're gonna continue this Super Sentai